What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And as expected, a lot of stocks did well, and IT was something that started off really well, but then towards the end of the day, it kind of fell through. But there was still good action in large cap IT names like TCS, Infi, even Coforge, one of the mid cap IT names, did really well. Interestingly, we've been talking about specialty chemicals for a long period of time, and today is the day where chemicals stocks exploded. So, before I kind of get started with the stocks that we're going to be watching out for tomorrow, let's quickly go back and have a look at the stocks that we had discussed for today in previous day's episode. And we'll start off with Dodla Dairy. So we've been talking about Dodla Dairy and Hudson Agro, and we were very precisely talking about this pocket being covered, and that happened really nicely. ITI, another good name, was up 9% I think at one point of time. Birla Cables, Naveen Florin we spoke about. We spoke about Tarsans, we spoke about Shemaru, and similarly I think Birla Cables also moving higher. So a lot of stocks from our watch list kind of did extremely well, something that we expected. And now I'm going to be talking about the stocks that are going to be on my radar for tomorrow. So I'll start off with firstly Orient Paper. Now very good base, something similar to ITI, setting up really nicely. Aptech, another very good base with volume dry up. Quick Heal, coming back, from liquidation which happened over here where all the liquidity was swept away. And now this is also ready. NoSil, another chemical, specialty chemicals name, ready to explode higher. Specialty chemicals has had a lot of action today, so maybe tomorrow is not the best day, maybe a pullback, and then we kind of enter them. Next up is Entero Healthcare Solutions, creating an IPO base. It's a small cap, so be a little careful with that. Keynote Financial Services, again a micro cap stock, basing out decently over here. VIP Clothing, again a very good base. Could be interesting to see on how this performs, but not really confident on this one. Next is GETND India, which is General Electric, and I think now the base breakout is typically complete. Very good volume activity. I don't think there is a trade in this stock. You can just keep a radar or maybe keep a track on that now. Medhani Mishra Dhatu Nigam Limited is looking extremely beautiful. I think this is a setup that you shouldn't be missing out on, and probably one of my favorites from the entire pack. I mean, Aptech is also great. It's crazy. Even Orient is good, and I think Medhani is also as good as well. Now, Mahindra Holidays MHRIL doing really well. This is a problem for me, so I'll just keep this on my watch list, maybe from an intraday perspective. Bulgaria, again, specialty chemical name. Specialty chemicals are setting up. Please focus on specialty chemical names. I think they're going to do well. Genus Paper, again, another paper stock coming in. So after Orient Paper, Genus Paper coming in, doing really nicely. Nice action. Parag Milk Foods. So apart from Dudla Dairy, apart from Hatson Agro, Parag Milk Foods, another name from the dairy space, doing really well. Keep this on your radar. Red Tape, also narrow range, nice little contraction happening over here. Great one. MCX is about to break out of this entire big base. Be careful about a liquidation of this high, but I think there could be some solid action in this one as well. Next up is a very illiquid stock, Danji. So Danji dumps, and this is literally trading at very important areas of demand. Now, I'm not really a very big fan of trading penny stocks, but if you are a fan of this, I think this is interesting. Next up is Deepak Nitrite, again. Once a king of specialty chemical, stocks. The entire pack moving ready to break out of this range. So from an intraday perspective, could be very interesting. Another name is BSL in the textile space, making a nice base, could be on your radar. Next up is Themis Medicare. Again, a very nice tight 7-day range. Maybe it starts breaking out. Now, I'm not really sure about the fundamentals of the stock, but I think technically there's a decent chance of this moving higher. Arihant Capital Markets, we discussed this about yesterday as well. Very set to kind of explode. Lovable Lingerie, I think this is also a good one. This stock was once trading at such high valuations, uh, came back down over here, and I think there could be an interesting activity in here. You can also check out Lux. You can also check out Page Industries, maybe for sectoral confluence. Next up is Technocraft, not the best of the setup, but the structure is similar. So again, it's my duty to show that to you. Next up is Somani Ceramics. Again, a nice base, could be interesting to see. NLS, which is NMDC Steel, sorry. So NMDC Steel also setting up really nicely. Now metal stocks have done really well. China theme is playing out. Specialty chemicals playing out. So I think again another name that you should not be looking to miss. GHCL Textiles, again very nice base. We've discussed about this. GHCL also, now GHCL Textiles also, which is a fairly newer company. I think recent IPO, yes. Very nice base. So could be interesting to see. Phoenix. Again, setting up for a base build-up, not yet ready. Arvind Fashion is the next name. Very beautiful base. I think with what Aditya Birla Fashion has done. Now they have done it. Aditya Birla Fashion retail has moved up because of the demerger, not. But again, I think the space is still looking good. Foods and inns again from the candy durable space. Okay base. I don't really like to trade such extended names. Concord Biotech, very good structure. Community members from our Discord, they actually took advantage of this trade. They are currently in this, and this is an interesting one. Next up is Tilak Nagar Industries. Now, this is again a very interesting name from the liquor alcohol space and has done really well. So, if you remember, we spoke about Tilak Nagar Industries or TI over here, moved higher, created a base, moved higher, created a base. I think it's just set to move higher again. FinPipe, another interesting name. It has like a double base, like a small base and then a bigger base on the top. It's going to be risky, but would be really interesting. Hathaway Cables also setting up really nicely, has like a good, decent enough pocket to kind of move. So even this is pretty nice, and with a recent volume dry up. Torrent Pharma, not really liking it that much, but the base is okay. The reason I don't like it that much is because of the supply over here. So again, Neogen Chemicals, another specialty chemical name. So we've been talking about specialty chemicals a lot now, and specialty chemicals have finally decided to kind of move higher. BEML, another tight base, could move higher. This is also interesting. Natco Pharma, again a good base build up. Shemaru, we've been discussing this stock multiple times, and now this base is probably ready to kind of compete with the swing high over here. Next up, we've got NIACL, near demand, 4 5 days of narrow range action. Could be interesting to see how it plays out, but this sector is not really doing that well. Ajmera Realty, a powerful stock in the small cap, mid cap real estate segment, and I think this is a very good base. I think this could be one of the favorites to do an upper circuit tomorrow. I don't know. I think there's some good activity. Pearl Polyplast, there is supply on the top. That's the only problem. Otherwise, everything is fine. Scheifler India, again, setting up nicely with a tight base. But again, this supply is a problem. Again, not my favorite name. Century Enka, very good. Another specialty chemical name. I mean, I've been saying this multiple times. Specialty chemicals is something is cooking up. Colgate Palmolive's pretty average. TCI, which is Transport Corporation of India, nice tight little base over here. I think that there is something definitely which is cooking in this one. So I think this could be one of my favorite names for tomorrow. CMS Infosystems, pretty average structure, but doing decently. Bharat Gears, UBL, another base build up. BEL also contracting near the highs. And then we've got Moana Sugar, which is also creating a base. So lots of mid cap names creating lots of bases. So it's going to be tricky to judge which one actually plays out really well. Indian Card Cloth, cloth company again. That is also one of those names. GRM Overseas, another decent base. Nelcast again, tight base, but I think today it got rejected, so I'll actually remove this from the watch list. Not really expecting anything. Mayur Uniquoters, basing nicely, but the left side is a little bad. So again, I will observe what it does, but overall the structure is okay. And then TFCI, which is Tourism Finance Corporation of India, and this base is also ready. So there are a bunch of names from the large cap space. I couldn't really find anything. I think the only one in the FNO space which I looked, which was interesting, was GMR Infra. I think this tight range could have some expansion, but otherwise nothing really, specific. Now, if I talk about the chemical space, which I was just talking to you about, I'll just open chemicals, the entire list, and now you'll see that these are small cap chemical names. But I'll start with this. So, Nosil, HSCL, Privy Specialty, chemicals, alkylamines, Ganesh, Benzoblast, Chemcon, Deepak Nitrite, Naveen Fluorine, Aarti Industries, Vishnu, chemicals, FCL, SRF, all of them are doing decently well. GHCL, and then Pidilite is a large cap name, but again, like all of them are trying to pick up. So this space could be interesting on how it plays out. Now I will also show you another list from the chemical space. which are let me just open this up. Okay, got it. Now over here also, if you see, there are again Bodil chemicals. Again, lot of these chemical names are moving higher. Some of them were a little weaker also, but I think more or less the entire space is pretty positive. So I think that's going to happen. Now, just to look at what's happening in the American markets today, I'll just go to US 500, and today we've got a big green day. The time at which I'm shooting this particular video, there has been decent action, so I think we could expect some good momentum from the Indian markets as well. Although it's actually approaching this area of supply, so again we don't know how this one will close. But more or less, I think the sentiment is neutral. We're not very bearish, we're not very bullish. I think it's all about stock selection in this market. So I hope you like this video. I hope you figured out what's happening in chemical space and the IT space. And there are a few mid cap names that we discussed that are bound to do well tomorrow. So that's it from this episode. Do subscribe to the content. Make sure to hit the like button and drop a comment. That encourages us to kind of shoot more videos, because more people are reached out in case you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye and take care.